Thank you so much for joining us here at Abu Dhabi Global Health Week.
Thanks for having me.
Walk me through how the pharmaceutical industry, in your mind, can contribute to the longevity conversation.
Put the spotlight that the patient journey from prevention, from awareness to screening, to diagnosis, to proper treatment and protocolization, to access to the healthcare, equitable access, because we keep talking a lot about health for all and moving from sick care to healthcare. So I think the pharma industry has a lot to do to bridge those gaps, the care gaps. And the care gaps are different. If we talk about the communicable diseases, it's different than if we talk about the non-communicable disease, where early screening and prevention would bridge a care gap and would put more of the health budget towards prevention rather than treatment. So in the inauguration of the Abu Dhabi Global Health Week, they were talking about the future of 2050, where 50% of the healthcare expenditure is on the preventive measures and early screening and diagnosis. Currently, today, we sit at 3%. So with a strong vision like in the UAE, I think there is a lot could be done at a scale in the UAE that could represent a blueprint of what good looks like when it comes to the preventive healthcare and closing the care gap.
How do you see the role of artificial intelligence impacting?
It's across the value chain. So if we look into, for example, of how we are running our R&D and clinical trials and how AI can fast-track innovation to patients, it's amazing, because now we are living with world of data. So data crunching and interpretation of the data can further accelerate the access to innovations. We're talking about 8 to 12 years to for an innovation to become regulatory approved and accessible for patients. And then we talk about as well the supply chains and forecasting demands and making sure that the product is available with the right quantity accessible for patients at the right time. There's a lot could be done with navigating the supply chain across the globe. And I think we have learned a lot during COVID. The access to patients is critical during those times where anything could happen globally. So how the resilient supply chain could continue to cater for this. But more importantly is managing patients. So we can see now that keeping patients outside hospitals is the goal to go for. Like the era where we were counting number of beds and number of hospitals, I think that this shouldn't be the right KPIs to measure, is how much hospitals that we are closing and keeping people at home getting the right level of care remotely, digitally, and reading all of the metrics and connecting this with diagnostics and early screening and taking care of patients while they are away from hospitals. So that's I think that AI could represent itself in multiple ways and provide as well, after all, efficiency and economic impact to the healthcare infrastructure, so that we can still redirect and invest this into the health. So it's, again, I'm going back to the same thing, that keeping the longer life and healthier life would require lots of investment. And that's, I think, the way that we should look into it. It's not cost anymore. It's an investment in the future. And in order to cater for investment, we have to self-fund this somehow, and tech and digital and AI is an important catalyst. Right? So that's, I think, this is the discussion now which is happening. We can see lots of public-private partnerships happening at smaller scales in institution level or at an emirate level like in Abu Dhabi, that could be scaled to be a world-class national policy with proof points, publications of what good looks like. So that's why we are inspired by starting lots of partnership here in Abu Dhabi Global Health Week, and to try to, in the next version of the Abu Dhabi Global Health Week, that we can showcase what could be scaled up, because the scale is the most important one, and it takes policy, regulations, commitment and sustainable investment, as well as proof points, so everyone can get energetic and enthusiastic to join.
It's wonderful to have you here at Abu Dhabi Global Health Week. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks, Hadley.